Imagine filling your garden with lush greenery without spending a fortune on new plants. Imagine sharing your favorite blooms with friends and neighbors. Imagine the satisfaction of nurturing new life from a tiny seed or cutting. This is the magic of plant propagation. Plant propagation is the art and science of creating new plants from existing ones. It's a fun and rewarding way to expand your garden, save money, and connect with nature. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a curious beginner, there's a propagation method for you. In the following sections, we'll explore some of the most popular and accessible propagation techniques, including cuttings, grafting, and seed saving. These methods are surprisingly simple and require minimal equipment. With a little practice, you'll be amazed at how easy it is to multiply your plant collection and watch your garden flourish. So, grab your gardening gloves and let's dive into the fascinating world of plant propagation. Plant propagation is simply the process of creating new plants from existing ones. It's based on the fascinating ability of plants to regenerate themselves. Just like we can heal a cut, plants can form new roots, stems, and leaves from certain parts. This natural regeneration process allows us to create copies of our favorite plants without needing seeds. Think of it like taking a clipping from a friend's beautiful houseplant and growing a whole new plant from it. Understanding the basic principles of plant propagation opens up a world of possibilities for gardeners. You can expand your plant collection without spending money, preserve heirloom varieties, and even experiment with creating new and unique plant combinations. In the following sections, we'll delve deeper into specific propagation methods, providing easy-to-follow instructions and helpful tips to ensure your success. Get ready to discover the joy and satisfaction of propagating your own plants. Cuttings are one of the easiest and most popular ways to propagate plants. This method involves taking a small piece of a parent plant, like a stem, leaf, or root, and encouraging it to develop roots and grow into a new, independent plant. Let's explore the different types of cuttings and how to use them. Stem cuttings. This is the most common type of cutting. Choose a healthy stem, ideally 4 to 6 inches long, and cut it just below a leaf node. Remove the lower leaves, dip the cut end in rooting hormone, optional, and plant it in a well-draining potting mix. Leaf cuttings. Some plants can be propagated from just a leaf. For plants with thick fleshy leaves like succulents, cut a leaf cleanly from the stem and let it callus over for a day or two before placing it on top of moist potting mix. Root cuttings. This method works well for plants that readily produce shoots from their roots. Simply take a 2 to 4 inch section of healthy root, lay it horizontally in a shallow tray of potting mix, and cover it lightly with more mix. To ensure successful rooting, keep your cuttings in a warm, humid environment, and provide bright, indirect light. Mist them regularly, or use a propagation dome to maintain moisture. With a little patience and care, you'll soon be rewarded with new plant babies. Grafting is a more advanced propagation technique that involves joining 2 different plants together to create a single plant with combined characteristics. This technique is often used to improve a plant's disease resistance, hardiness, or fruit production. There are various grafting methods, but the most common ones include cleft graft. This method is used for joining a scion, the upper part of the graft, onto a larger rootstock, the lower part. Whip and tongue graft. This method involves making matching angled cuts on both the scion and rootstock, interlocking them and securing them tightly together. Bud grafting. This technique uses a single bud from the desired plant, the scion, and inserts it into a T-shaped cut on the rootstock. Grafting requires precision and practice, but it can be a rewarding way to create unique and vigorous plants. Ensure both the scion and rootstock are healthy and compatible, and use a sharp grafting knife to make clean cuts. After joining the parts, wrap the graft union securely with grafting tape or rubber bands to prevent moisture loss and provide support. Seed saving is a wonderful way to perpetuate your favorite plant varieties and preserve heirloom seeds for future generations. It's a simple process that connects us to the natural cycle of plant life and allows us to participate in the magic of creation. Here's a step-by-step guide to saving seeds from your garden. 1. Select and collect. Choose healthy, mature plants that exhibit desirable traits. Allow the seed heads or fruits to fully ripen on the plant before collecting them. 2. Clean and dry. Remove any debris or chaff from the seeds. Spread them out in a single layer on a screen or tray to air dry in a cool, dry place. 3. Store properly. Once the seeds are completely dry, store them in airtight containers or envelopes, Label them with the plant name and date. Store in a cool, dark and dry location. When you're ready to sow your saved seeds, start them indoors or directly in the garden depending on the plant type and your local climate. Plant the seeds at the recommended depth and provide adequate moisture. With a little love and care, your saved seeds will sprout into new life, carrying on the legacy of your garden for years to come.